Macklemore dropped a record or a single. Was it yesterday, last night?
Yeah. Mhm.
Did you hear it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit of it for people who don't know Macklemore. And wait, hold on, Smith, hold on. For those who don't know Macklemore, he's got that wonderful song about the thrift store. He's got some other music. I've loved his finger poking in the face of power. This is not different. I'm gonna take exception with one thing, and I want to know how damaging this is gonna be because I feel like he's touched on something that may be hard to come back from for the Biden administration. But play it, Smith. Sorry.
The people they won't leave. What is threatening about divesting and want to.
Bars and beats, and you're a musician and a singer, and you do like you. I know you've been following the stuff that's going on. How impactful is this? I've been talking on Twitter with Dr. Shonda Prescott Weinstein, and we, back and forth. She's all in as a
Right.
woman that is also Jewish and Black on the side of fighting for the freedom and the lack of genocide against the people of Palestine. We should all be on that side against genocide. That said, there's a line in there where he says, "I'm not voting for Biden, and you shouldn't either.
Right.
Neither should you." And it seems like that's catching. That's the thing that people are focusing on.
Right.
And I was like, why'd you got to put that line in there? But
Well, I think at this point, there's a line from Snowfall where a boy says, "Teach a man how to squat." And that's what I would recommend to Democrats about Joe Biden is I think it's wasted energy. I think it's wasted energy for people who are supporters of either candidate, Trump or Biden. MAGA, they know that they're not going to win over any Democrats to vote for Trump. There's no one who was going to
uh,
vote for Biden that's going to vote for Trump instead because
uh,
Trump.
I don't
It's not.
know.
Well,
I
I
don't know
think
if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
I think that the people who are voting for Trump instead of voting for Biden, there are agents of chaos who see some sort of rhyme or reason in doing that. And then there are people who were never really committed to one particular side or the other. They're voting in terms of either strategically or self-interest. But the true blue, dyed in the wool Democrats and Republicans, in Tennessee, there's a saying, Democrats fall in love, Republicans fall in line, where it doesn't matter if you put up a trash can lid for president. If it's a Republican, the Republicans are going to vote for the trash can lid. That's just in them. They're not going to vote for Biden instead of Trump because of some Biden reason. And to some degree, what's happening now with Biden is, in a sense, there's kind of like a blue MAGA mentality where there are some people who would vote blue no matter who, which is essentially the same thing as the Republicans fall in line. It's head and tail of the same basic coin. Those people aren't going to cross over. But there's a middle ground of people who vote on issues, who vote on integrity, who vote for reasons that are more along the spirit of why we were voting in the first place. But because the politics of bipartisanship has become so deeply entrenched, ironically, if you vote along the lines and in the same principle of what you were originally supposed to be voting for years ago, which was voting for the things that represented your interests, voting for greater liberty and expansion of civil liberties, and what's going to lead to that, the party that's going to lead to that happening. There was more diversity, a clearer sight as to what it was you were going to get in return for your vote. But now people are voting out of fealty. We're voting out of loyalty to an ideology. And many instances, the politicians don't live up to that ideology. In fact, even with Trump, if you pay attention to some of the things that Trump says in his track record, he doesn't even live up to a lot of the game that he spits, and he ends up having infighting in his own group. They're just better at hiding their disagreements from the general public, but he doesn't always align with his own party, but they just kind of circle up, huddle up, and make sure that that's not shown. The difference with Joe Biden, getting back to my original statement about teaching man how to squab, is that you know your base. You know what they want. You know who wants what from you, and you're drawing a hard line. He knew what he was saying when he said, you don't have to be a Jew, you have to be Jewish to be a Zionist, and I am a true blue Zionist. Like you're doubling down while people are being massacred wholesale. Like from a politician's standpoint, I'm not even talking about what's true. I'm not even talking about what he believes. I'm just saying strategically from a politician's standpoint, even if it was game, even if you don't believe anything you're saying, you're just trying to game us out of votes, that wouldn't have made any sense. You're alienating your own base because you think they have nowhere to go and they wouldn't dare vote for the other guy because your main selling pitch is, I'm not the other guy.
Yeah, I think it's going to backfire though, because I'm just. So what?
I think but that's the thing is, Lyndon Johnson, who was it that said? I think Bernie was the one who actually said it out loud. He said he thinks that Palestine, the genocide of Palestine, is going to be Biden's Vietnam. And Lyndon Johnson didn't run again because he was so unpopular with his own base. It was almost guaranteed that he would lose because of his handling of Vietnam, despite having had other policies that were redeeming policies, rights, bills and things of that nature that he could have run on, but he couldn't have run on that. And Vietnam was the thing that broke his back.
But Vietnam wasn't even his conflict. He inherited it.
Exactly.
This right here, I mean, it's just, again, as you watch seemingly smart people at Columbia completely fumble the ball.
Right.
We're seeing this happen nationally as well. 866-801-8255. I don't know why it's so hard to see when we can see it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a political scientist or a political historian, but it's just like good damn common sense. Something's going on here in this country. You would want to pay attention and not be on the wrong side of things. It's like right now rooting for Drake. 866-801-8255. That ain't where the wind is blowing. Just letting you know. Don't be on the wrong side.
Right.
Or defending Russell Simmons and Puff Daddy. At this point, it'd be best just to not talk, to wait it out, if you feel strongly about it.